दोस्तों सामने सिग्नल देख सकते हो प्रॉपर।
Aadhaar Commission, the integration currently state integration currently state. By 1950, the Constitution of four-fold classification of the state and the territory of India in Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Territory 3. All the other number 29 of the State Commission near the replaced near government provision of the British India Part 2 of the considered the 9 is to all the nearly the state of the legislature. Legislature Part C of the State Commission is to the Chief the Commissioner provision the British India Nation of the East Country State Part C member of the Aadhaar Commission and the JB Commission. The integration. The integration, the unification will obtain the primary state with the rest of the India as a purely ad hoc arrangement. There has been the demand for the different region particularities of India for the recognition of the state linguistic basis. According to the June 1948, the government of the India appointment as the linguistic provision. The commission under the chairmanship of the S.K. Dhar committee appointment of the linguistic provision. Linguistic provinces. Linguistic provinces. Linguistic provinces. According to the June 1948, the government of the India appointment linguistic provinces commission under the chairmanship. Chairmanship कौन होता है उनके? Chairmanship of S.K. Dhar. To examine the feasibility of this idea, the commission submitted this report in December 1948 and recommended the reorganization state of the basis of the administrative convenience that rather than linguistic factor. This created much reassessment and led to the appointment of the another linguistic provinces committee by their Congress in December 1948 itself. They examined the whole the question affairs. It considered the Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel and Pattabhi Sitaraman and hence 3 कमेटी बनी थे जेवीसी. तो जेवीसी में 3 लोग थे, जवाहरलाल नेहरू, वल्लभभाई पटेल, पटाभी and hence the popularly known as the JVP committee, and its submitted report April 1948 formally rejected language as the basis of the reorganization estate. Reorganization estate. It submitted reports on April 1948, formally rejected language as the basis of ये क्या रिपोर्ट जो थी कि उसको क्या कर दिया गया, रिजेक्ट. Rejected the report. Report. However, the government of India has the force to create the first linguistic state. The government of India क्या करती है, फोर्स करती है to create a first linguistic state. पहला कौन था फर्स्ट लिंग्विस्टिक स्टेट, आंध्र प्रदेश. आंध्र प्रदेश इसको linguistic state, and they are the Telugu speaking area from the Madras state, and whether followed the prolonged popular agitation, and they are the brave Kotabi Sitaramaiah. Death of the Kotabi Sitaramaiah, the Congress person of the standing after the 56th day of the hunger strike of the Pradesh. उसके बाद क्या था, फजल अली कमीशन. Fazal Ali Commission, creation of the Andhra state, intensified the demand for the other reason for the creation of the state on linguistic basis. This forced the government of India to appoint in December 1953 other three-member state reorganization commission under the chairmanship of Fazal Ali Commission. Three-member state reorganization commission, इसको क्या बोलेंगे, reorganization. Reorganization Commission under chairmanship of the Fazal Ali to the re-examine the whole the question. Its own other two members were M. Palikwara H. The H and the Kunjur, and it submitted its reports in the September 1955. The broadly accepted language as the basis of reorganization of the state. इस रिपोर्ट को क्या कर लिया जाता है, सबमिट कर लिया जाता है, मतलब एक्सेप्ट कर लिया जाता है. Accepted language as the basis of reorganization one state. State reorganization of a state, but rejected the theory of the one language and one state. बस ये क्या करता है, जो रिपोर्ट होती है वो क्या करती है कि थ्योरी जो होती है वो रिजेक्ट कर देती है, मतलब वन स्टेट को वन लैंग्वेज के बेसिस पे वो रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं कर सकती है. फजल अली कमीशन. rejected the theory of one language, one language। जो फजल अली कमीशन होती है ये थ्योरी रिजेक्ट कर देती है। ये थ्योरी क्या कहती है, वन लैंग्वेज वन स्टेट। फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे एक लैंग्वेज को एक स्टेट को रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन करने के लिए जो थ्योरी डेवलप की गई थी तो वो फजल अली कमीशन उसको रिजेक्ट कर देती है। Its view was that the unity of the India should be regarded as the primary consideration in the rewarding of their country political unity. It identified four major factors that can be taken into account in the scheme of the reorganization of the state. पहला, the preservation of the strengthening of their unity and security of the countries. दूसरा क्या, the linguistic and their cultural democracies and the financial and economic administration consideration, planning and the promotion of the welfare of the people in each state as well as the nation of the whole। ये क्या बोल रहा है, it identify four major factors four can be taken into account in any scheme for reorganization of a state। It identified four major factors that can be taken into account in scheme reorganization of state। पहले preserving and strengthening of the unity and security of the country। Preservation and strengthening of unity and security of the country। The linguistic and the cultural hegemony। Linguistic and homogeneity। Third क्या है, financial economic administrative consideration। Financial, economic and administrative consideration। The planning and the promotion of the welfare of the people in each state as well as the nation as a whole। Planning and promotion of welfare of the people in each state as well as of the nation as a whole। The commission suggested that the evolution of the fourfold classification of state and treaty under their original constitution and the creation of the 16 state and two centrally administrative theories. The government of India accepted this recommendation with the certain minor modification by their State Reorganization Act 1956 and the 17th Constitutional Amendment Act 1959. The distinction between the Part A and their Part B state was done away with the Part C and they abolished the some of them were required to adjust and restrict some others. Were the designed as a union treaty as a result of the 14 states and the 6 union territories were created. 14 states and 6 union territories created in November 1st, 1956. The State Reorganization Act 1956 established a new state of the Kerala by the merging of the Travancore Kochi state with the Malabar district of the Madras state and the Kasaragod of the South Kannur, Dakshina Kannada. The Kannada. It emerged as the Telugu-speaking areas in Hyderabad state with their Andhra state created Andhra Pradesh state. The further it emerged as Madhya Bharat state with the Pradesh and there the Bhopal state and into the Madhya Pradesh state. Similarly, it merges of the Saurashtra state and the Kutch state into the Bombay state and the Kurd state with their Mysore state, the Patiala and the East Punjab state union, the Pepsu into the Punjab state and their Ajmer state into the Rajasthan. Moreover, it created and the new union territory and the Lakshadweep, Minicoy and the Amini Diu Island from there the treaty decided from there the Madras state. New state union treaty created after 1956. Even after the large-scale reorganization of the state in 1956, the political map of the India underwent to the continuous changes due to the pressure of the popular agitation and their political condition. The demand for their creation of the some more state on their basis of the language or cultural hegemony resulted in the bifurcation of the existing state, Maharashtra and Gujarat, 1960. Maharashtra and Gujarat, 1960. There the bilingual state of the Bombay was divided into the two separate states, Maharashtra and the Marathi-speaking people and Gujarat for the Gujarati-speaking people. Gujarat was established as the fifth state of the Union Territory. Dadar Nagar Haveli Portuguese ruled this territory until their liberation in the 1950. Dadra and Nagar Haveli का क्रिएट किया गया था 1954 and consequently administration was carried on until टिल द 1961 में इंडियन कर लिया गया था एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चूजन बाय द पीपल ऑफ देमसेल्फ. इट वाज द कन्वर्टेड इनटू द यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ इंडिया बाय द 10th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 1961. Constitutional 1961. Goa, Daman and Diu. The India acquired these three territories from their Portuguese by the means of the police action in 1961. Goa, Daman and Diu. पुलिस 19 का लिया गया था 1961 में पुलिस एक्शन. These were the continued as a union territory by the 12th Constitutional Amendment Act. जिसमें कौन सा था 12th Constitutional Amendment Act 1962. In the later 1987, the Goa was conformed to the statehood. Consequently, Daman and Diu made their separate union to the Puducherry. The Treaty of the Puducherry comprises the former French established in India known as the Puducherry. The Karaikal, Mahe and Yaman, the French handed over this treaty to India in 1954. Consequently, it was administered as acquired territory till 1962, and it is a made union territory by the 14th Constitutional Amendment Act. Nagaland. In the 1963, it was stated that Nagaland was formed. The state Nagaland was formed by taking the Nagas Hill, the Kusang area of the state of the Assam. This is what then satisfied the movement of the Hosai Nagas. Movement of hostile Naga. However, before giving the Nagaland as a status of the 16th state of the Indian Union was placed under the control of the governor of the Assam in 1961, the Haryana, Chandigarh, Himachal Pradesh. The state of the Punjab was bifurcated to create the Haryana, the 17th state of the Indian Union, and their union territory of the Chandigarh. This followed their demand for the separate Sikh, the homeland, the Punjabi Sabha raised by the Asali under their leadership of the Master and their Master Tara Singh. On their recommendation of the Shah Commission 1966, Punjab-speaking areas constituted to the ultimately state Punjab. Hindi-speaking areas were constituted into the state Haryana and their hills, and areas were merged with their adjusting unitary territory of Himachal Pradesh. In 1971, the union of the territory in Himachal Pradesh was elevated to the state of the 18th of the Union of Territory, Manipur, Tripura, and Meghalaya. अगला क्या है? मणिपुर, त्रिपुरा, मेघालय। मेघालय इन द 1970 में कौन क्रिएट किया गया था? मणिपुर, त्रिपुरा एंड मेघालय कब क्रिएट किया गया था? 1972 में। 1972 में मणिपुर, त्रिपुरा एंड मेघालय क्रिएटेड इन देयर पॉलिटिकल मैप ऑफ द नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया underwent major changes. Thus, they are the two union territory of the Manipur and Tripura. Changes. Thus, they are the two union territory Manipur and Tripura and the sub-state of the Meghalaya. Meghalaya got the statehood and their two union territory rises. The Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh, originally known as the Northeast Frontier Agency NEFA, come into the being. With there is the number of the state of the Indian Union increased to the 21. Manipur 19th and Tripura 20th and Meghalaya 21st स्टेट क्रिएट किया गया, ठीक है, यूनियन टेरिटरी के फॉर्म में। इनिशियली द 22 Constitutional Amendment Act 1969 created Meghalaya as the autonomous state. and Constitutional Amendment Act 1969 created Meghalaya as autonomous state. And the sub-state within the state of the Assam with their own legislature and the council of the ministers. However, this did not satisfy the aspiration of the people of the Meghalaya. The union territories of the Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh were also formed out of the territory of the Assam, Sikkim. Sikkim. Till 1947, the Sikkim was the Indian princely state and ruled by the Chogyals. Sikkim was ruled by the Chogyals. Ruled by Chogyal. In the 1947, after the lapses of the British paramountcy, Sikkim became the protectorate of the Indian, whereby the Indian government assumed the responsibility for the defense, external affairs, communication of the Sikkim. In the 1974, Sikkim expressed its desire for the greater association with their India. Accordingly, the 35th Constitutional Amendment Act 1974 Constitution 1974 74. It was enacted by the Parliament. This was amendment that introduced a new class of the statehood under the Constitution by the confirming of their Sikkim, the state, and they are the associated with the state by the Union Treaty. For their the purpose, a new Article 2A. Uh, Article 2A. New Schedule 10th Schedule containing the term and condition for association were the increased in the Constitution. This experiment, however, did not the long as would not be the fully satisfy the aspiration of their people. The Sikkim in the referendum held in 1975. रेफरेंडम कब किया गया था 1975 में. And they voted for the abolition of the institution of the Chogyal and Sikkim becoming an integral part of the India. Consequently, the 36th Constitutional Amendment Act 1975. Where the enacted make there the Sikkim a full-fledged state of the Indian Union Territory. 26 established amendment and the first and the fourth schedule as to the Constitution, and they are added by the Article 371F provided for the statal provision. स्पेशल प्रोविजन प्रोवाइड किया गया सिक्किम को 371F आर्टिकल के अंदर में. Special provision with respect to the administration of the Sikkim. It also the related to the Article 3A and the 10th schedule that were added by the 35th Amendment Act 1974.